Find yourself in a comfortable, easy, seated position. And begin to focus on your first chakra, your foundation, your inner strength and abundance. Opening your eyes, stretch your arms wide to the side. Weave your fingers and invert your palms upward. And stretch through your torso, arms, and eyes. And then find Tribandha, the 3 locks. Close at your throat, pull your waist in, and lift up your pelvic floor. Twice more. Inhale, open the locks. Stretch through the torso and throat. And exhale, close the locks at your thyroid, the throat, your waist, and pelvic floor. One more. Inhale, open up, look up and stretch. And exhale, engage at the throat. Close the waist lock and find your pelvic floor strength. Float your head, reach your fingers to the sky, and float the arms down. Side angle. Reach your gaze past your fingertips. Stretching the waist open more, gaze the arm diagonally up and looking past your fingers. Frame your knee and bow your head and torso onto the thigh and knee, stretching the opposite side of your lower back open. Round yourself up, and again the breathing. Stretch your arms wide to the side. Weave your fingers together, invert your palms, and stretch. And exhale as you engage and close off your throat lock. Pull your waist strong inwards and lift your pelvic floor. Inhale, open and stretch. Exhale, closing off all 3 locks with strength. Inhale, look up and stretch. And exhale, pulling in. Float your head, reach your fingers, and arms back down for the other side, side angle, and gaze past your upward fingers. Reaching overhead diagonally, lengthen through your torso, through the arm. And framing your knee, bowing your head and torso onto that leg, stretching the opposite side of your lower back open. And coming back to a seated position, find your easy, elegant seat. Engage your root lock, a subtle Kegel action, and find your center, relaxing the spine, floating the head skyward. Extending your left leg long on the floor, bending your right leg in like a seated tree, reaching your arms skyward, focusing on the second chakra, your inner artist and 5 senses. Reaching upwards, take your forward bend, holding alongside the leg, your shin or your toes. Soften your belly as you bow forward into your forward bend and stretch through your spine, letting the head hang heavy, the throat soften, and the shoulders release forward. The left hand holds the left leg and the right arm reaches skyward, opening the waist and taking a side lean. Your left ear listening towards the left knee, stretching the whole side. And squaring off. Lengthen and again take your forward bend over the left long leg. Soften a little deeper now, letting go into the stretch of the whole moon side of the body, back of the leg, back of the spine and head. And rounding up. Extending the right leg long and bending the left leg in like a seated tree. Reaching the arms skyward, looking up and forward bend. Holding along the leg, the shin, or your toes. And soften towards the long leg. Let your sitting bones and your hips just fall into the earth, being supported by gravity. Holding on with the right hand to the right leg, left arm up, and taking your side angle, stretching that left side open. Steady, easy breath as you stretch. Letting go on your exhales. And then squaring off again and bowing forward, deepening your forward bend. Up, extend both legs forward for plank. Begin in staff pose and arc your chest upwards. Scapula and upper back in a subtle back bend. If you like, float your hips or all the way up into full plank. The whole front side of the body stretching towards the sun. And then coming down, preparing for Paschimottanasana, full forward bend. Arms up, stretching forward. Deepening into your forward bend. Opening the soles of your feet. Stretching the backs of your legs. breathing your spine open and letting your head bow fully. And rounding yourself back up, find yourself in a comfortable, easy seated position and engage your root lock slightly. Focusing on your inner artist. Be aware of your eyes and your sense of imaging inside. Be aware of your nostrils, your breath, and fragrance from within. Be aware of your ears and a listening inside. Be aware of your mouth and tasting experiences. And be aware of your skin and your sense of feeling and depth. And begin to come onto your back, hugging your knees into your chest, the third chakra, your strength of character and will. Relaxing your back to the floor or the earth, hugging your knees in, softening the lower belly. And laughing baby, take the legs wide, holding your ankles or little toe sides of the feet to open your upper and lower back. And coming to a forward bend on your back. Clasp behind the thighs or knees. If you like, you can take your yogic toe lock holding your big toes. You can stay here or roll over to full shoulder stand. Wherever you like, take a couple more breaths here in your inversion. And begin to come out into Shavasana, lying on your back, legs in a downward V and your arms in a downward V. Be aware of the circulation at your throat, your armpits, your hips. Just letting go with each breath. Begin to release any tension in the torso or the solar plexus. With each breath, any resistance in the body, letting it go. Moving into a completely receptive and easy state. Notice space in the body and continue to give your weight into the floor, letting go, melting into the earth. begin to come back to a seated position, focusing on your heart, sense of expansiveness, your unconditional nature. Bending your right leg and begin to lean back to stretch the quadricep. You can do a push-up behind you and yield by lifting the knee. You may want to come down to your forearms or all the way to the floor. See what's right for you and begin to stretch here, perhaps arms overhead. And here we get a deep stretch to the psoas, the fight or flight area. So we become more fearless and in our heart center. Relax into the deep stretch. Coming up and bending that left leg either at a bevel or toes to the floor. Sitting, push up, forearms or flat to the floor. See what's right for you today. And stretching the thigh deep into the torso. Preparing for back bending, placing your feet under your knees, lifting your back into a diagonal. Stretch your arms overhead, pulling the knees and the fingers far from one another. Let the front body sink to the back body and let the legs, the glutes, and alongside the spine support you. Take your hands down and create that elephant trunk underneath your back for more strength in your upper back. Scapula together, chest blossomed open, and holding steady. If you like to go to full wheel, you can begin with your crown on the floor and lifting up. And begin to come out of this into constructive rest. Let the knees fall towards one another and the arms drape over the chest in a hug. And melt each vertebrae to the floor like a heavy river stone meeting the bed of the river. And begin to roll over onto your belly in Sphinx posture, resting on your forearms, elbows below your shoulders. And begin to perch up, broaden your chest, and exhale, melting down. A few more times. Inhale, stretch and perch. And exhale, lengthen down and forward. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. And cobra, arms alongside the body or elephant trunk. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, chin or forehead to the floor. Inhale, up. And exhale, stretch forward. Inhale, up and hold. Add your legs, balancing on your belly. And if you want to deepen, take the bow, holding onto the ankles. Relax the vertebrae in and stretch the heart open. And gradually coming back into child's pose. Breathe your lower back open and forehead to the floor. Find yourself in a comfortable, easy seated position. Awareness inwards, root lock slightly engaged. Now moving into Compassion Mudra. Right hand up, palm open. Left hand resting on your thigh or knee, palm open. Begin inhaling through the right into your heart and exhaling through the left. Receiving in through the right side and giving out the left side. Relax your hands and stretch wide to the side. Weave the fingers, invert your palms. Open and stretch. Exhale, 3 locks. Twice more. Inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, find your 3 locks. Inhale, stretch and reach. And exhale, 3 locks. Lift your head level, reach your fingers, and float your arms down. Come to all fours, hands underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips for table. We'll be focusing on the throat, your 5th chakra, your expression. Inhale and exhale into a strong cat. 3 locks. Inhale into cow, arcing your spine. Open the locks and exhale. Strong 3 locks, cat pose. 1 more. Inhale, arcing. And exhale, rounding. And now inhale into cow, arcing, and exhale, down dog. Twice more. Inhale, arc to cow on your knees, and exhale, down dog, stretch. Again, inhale, arc, and exhale, down dog. Now swinging door, inhale into up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, knees level with the heels, arc the chest open, and exhale, down dog. 1 more time, inhale, arcing, and exhale, down dog. Maintaining your steady down dog, letting the lower belly soften inwards with each exhale, lifting your hips and stretching. And then melting into a child's pose with wide knees, big toes to touch. And we'll prepare for headstand preparation. Coming onto your forearms, your head not touching the floor, 2 inches off. And come into a downward dog on your forearms, fingers woven together. You can maintain here, or if you like, add on the candlestick. So lifting the right leg long in the air, balancing on 3 points. And lower it down, and you can lift your left leg into that candlestick, stretching it diagonally long in the air. And then melting back into your wide-kneed child's pose, relaxing your back fully. And then gradually coming out of the child's pose and coming up to a seated diamond pose. The third eye, your inner guidance. Holding your toes or your ankles, lengthen your legs bent or straight for floating lotus. And open the heart, throat, and third eye to the sun. Bringing the feet back into diamond pose, holding the ankles. And again, arc the third eye up, stretching upper back bend. And folding forward bend in diamond pose. Soften around the third eye and listening within. Back to diamond pose, focusing on the crown of the head now. A sense of connection to others, a oneness. Taking your right knee, placing your right shin in your left ankle, and twisting to the left. Continue to broaden the chest open, float the head high, and twist through the spine, toning the entire spine. Coming back to diamond and lifting your left knee, placing the left shin in the right ankle and twisting to your right. Use the strength of your waist muscles to spiral to the right. Coming back now to cross-legged and twisting again to the left, placing your hand on the left knee and spiraling around. Other side, take your hand to your right knee and twisting to the right. And coming back, stretch the arms, weave the fingers, invert the palms, and lengthen. And find your three locks, gaining energy at the thyroid, at the waist, and the pelvic floor. Hold here with as much strength as possible. And release. Float your hands down. Hands to the knees, bring your awareness inwards. And feel the energy, the effects of your Chakra Yoga flourishing practice. And bring your hands Namaste Mudra, and bowing your head to your own heart. Namaste.